Hello everybody and welcome to another Revit tutorial. We'll be looking at how to detail flat slab reinforcement in Revit. This is part of a bigger series, so make sure to check out our previous video on reinforcement modeling in flat slabs. If you'd like to start from where we are currently on the screen, feel free to download the practice file through the link in the description of the video. Alright, let's get started. Now we're going to go ahead and detail the reinforcements. I'll come over here, select level 2. I'll right click, I duplicate, and I'll duplicate with detailing. I'll select this view here, and I can scroll down. I can change the name here. Let me call this here level 2 Rebar. So it's just going to be for our reinforcement details. Alright, and I'll go ahead and click on apply. Now in this view here, I don't need the tags, so I'll select one of them, right click, select all instances visible in view, and I'll just go ahead and delete. And now I'm going to make a selection over the whole structure like this. I'll click on filter, click on check none, and I'll select the structural rebar. And you can see we have a total of 200 sets. I'll click on apply and OK. And right now they are not visible. We can just come over here and scroll down under graphics, click on edits, and then turn on this option here for view unobscured. If I click OK, we can now see all the reinforcements in this view. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply filters here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come over here to visibility graphics. So that is at the top. Under graphics, click on edits, and click on edit here, and I'm going to click on filters, and I'm going to click on add. Remember we created this earlier on, so I'll use the control key to select these 5 sets. There we go, and I'll click OK. Very good. So what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to set filters for how all of these bars are going to look. So for both bottom bars, I'm just going to hold down the control key to select these 2, click on overrides, and I'll set this pattern here to be solid. I'll set the weight here to be 3, and I'll change the color here to red. Now you can use any color of your choice. That's perfectly fine. I want to maintain this, a consistent color for everything. So I'll come here and click on OK. And for my top bars, I'm just going to select these 2, click here, and I'm just going to change it here to, let's go ahead and use, let's use this aligning line. I'll click here and also use this red color as well. And I'll set this override here to 3. Now the U-bar can either be top or bottom, but to remove the confusion, I'll just come here and set it here as a, I'm going to set it here as an aligning bar as well. Alright, so any option is fine for you. You can also choose a different line style as long as it's readable. Alright, good. Now just click on apply, and you can see now that it has changed the presentation. You can still come back here to visibility graphics overrides, and if you click on filter, you can turn off the bars you don't want to see. So in this case, I'll select here. I'll select all the way to this point here. There we go. And you can turn off the visibility. If I click on apply, you can see it's only the bottom 1 and bottom 2 that we're seeing. Now I'm going to go ahead and start with the presentation for my bars for the B1. So I'll turn off the visibility for B2. I'll click on apply and I'll click OK. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to select one of the bars. I'll right click and select all instances currently visible in view. And I'm just going to go over here and click on this button to show middle bar inset. As you can see, these are the 16 mm bars. If I select this one here, these are 12. So I'll right click, select all instances visible in view. Now I'll turn this as well here to show middle rebar inset. There we go. So once we've set it, we can go ahead and now make sure that some of them are not overlapping each other for presentation. So I'll go ahead and select this one, for instance. I'll click here. I'll turn this off, and then I'll go ahead and set in this direction. You can see as well that we have some bars that are a bit spaced apart. That needs to be spaced apart. So I'll select this set, hold down the control key, select the set, click on this button. I'll go ahead and turn this off by clicking on this and clicking on this. So this will now be the representative. If I click on finish, you can see this is a better presentation. I'll go ahead and do the same thing as well for bars in this direction. So I'll select this one, and I'll select this one, and I'll select this one as well. So those are 3 sets. I'll click on this button. There we go. And I'll click on this, and click on this. Now I'll come here and click. I'll come here and click, and I'll come here and click. Now keep in mind that you can only select from multiple sets if you are using Revit versions 2025 above. So for lower versions, you have to select one of the bar sets and do it individually. Alright, good. That's fine. And here I don't want these bars to be too close to the column hatch, so I'll select this, hold down the control key, select this, then I'll click here. I'll turn this off like this, and I'll select a bar just away from the column hatch. There we go, that's fine. and I'll come in this direction. I'll do the same thing as well. Select these bars here along the column strip, select none, select this one, select this, and select this. Click on finish. Do the same thing here as well. Select this. I'll come here and I can click on select none to quickly remove those ones that are selected. Then I click here and finish. Alright, good. So I'll do the same thing as well in this direction. I'll select this, hold down the control key, select these ones here, click here, and then I go ahead and remove these ones quickly. There we go. Alright, good. So we want to be sure that the bars are not too close to any lines that could be used as a reference. So in this case, it is fine. We can go ahead and set the presentation for the second bar set. I'm going to go ahead and create a selection set for these bars. Now make a selection over everything like this. I'll click on filter, click on check none, and then select structural rebar. We have 46 of them in sets. Click on apply and OK. There we go. And over here, I'll click on save. This is to save the selection. I'll call this one B1, and I'll just put here select. There we go. I'll remove the extra E here, and that is meant to be here actually. Okay, then click OK, and it's now creates a selection set. Now I'll come back to visibility graphics overrides. I'll click on edits and I'll come to filters, and I'll go ahead and turn off the visibility for B1 and then turn on B2. I'll click on apply and OK. Now I'll go ahead and make a selection for these bars. Click on filter, check none, then go ahead and select structural rebar, click on apply and OK. And now I'll save this as a set as well. So I'll click on save and I'll call this here B2 select. And there's a reason for that. I'll click OK. Now if I come back to visibility graphics overrides and I come to filters, if I go ahead and turn on the visibility for B1 and click OK, if I want to quickly set the presentation for the B2 without having to change the B1, I can just come here to the manage tab and I can click here on load and I can select the bar sets I want to just select. So in this case here B2, I'll click OK, and you can see just the B2 bars have been selected. I'll come over here and set the presentation to show middle bar in sets. And this way I can go ahead and now change their presentation. Alright, so with everything selected, I'm just going to go ahead and move closely. I can just modify to deselect and then look at the bars that are too close to each other. So in this case here, I feel this one is too close. So I'll start here, hold down the control key, I'll select the set here. There we go, click here. I'll go ahead and select none. I'll select these bars like this. Just want to make sure that we're equal on all sides. There we go. Alright, good. So once that's done, click on finish. Make sure that there aren't any other bars clashing. I'll select these bars like this. Click here, select none, click here, I'll click here, and I would click here. Click on finish. There we go. Now this is the column hatch, so I'll select it here. I'll select this one here as well. Select this here, and select this. Alright, this can be very satisfying to do, especially when you master the workflow. There we go. Select this one here, select this, and select this. There we go. Click on finish. Great, good. And let's go ahead and do it for this. So this here is showing that it's apart, but I would like it to be a bit further apart. So I'll select this ones like this. There we go. This always requires a lot of patience. You don't want to rush it because if it's not done properly, there will be mistakes during the construction. So I'll select this one here, click on finish. There we go. Alright, good. So here in this case, we need to go ahead and set the presentation for all of them. So I'll go ahead and select all the bars like this in this direction. Hold down the control key, select all the bars and this, and then I'll click here. There we go. I'll click on select none, and then I'll go ahead and select the bars I want. So in this case, this one here. And okay, this one was actually okay before, but I selected it because I want to push it a bit away from the grid line. So let me select this place here. I'll select this one, and I'll select this. I'll select this, and I'll select this, and I'll select this here, and click on finish. Now, because I did that, I have to do the same thing here as well. So consistency is key. And I'll select one here. There we go. Just click on this direction. Alright, good. And I'll place one here. There we go. Click on finish. Great, good. Alright, so let's look in this direction. So we see this one is a bit too close, so I'll select it. click here. I'll go ahead and turn this off. I'll select in this direction, click on finish. I always like to focus on one direction before I switch to another, so that way I don't miss anyone like this. All right, so this one here I feel is a bit too close, so I'll come here and then set it to be this. There we go. And I'll move here in this direction. Let's see. Okay, we have one here a bit too close for comfort. I'll select this one here. Great. I'll move up, and this one here I feel is close. Select this, remove this one, and let's set it to be this set. There we go. All right, good. So I'm just going to look very closely if I didn't miss any. You can see how nice this looks. This is quite fine. Okay, so this one here is a bit too close, so select this one here, select this, click on finish. Great. All right, good. So we've been able to set the presentation for bars in this direction. So let's go in this direction now. All right, let's continue. So I'm just going to go ahead and select the bars in the middle, just like this. And you can actually select multiple. So I'll come in this direction here as well. So select this and I'll select this. Okay. So let's start with this. I'll come here and click on select bars to show. I'll click on select none, and you have to make sure you select all 6 of them. If not, it's not going to, be accepted when you click on finish. So I'll come here, click here, and I'll click here and click here. There we go. Click on finish. Great. Good. So let's come here and do that as well. So I'll select this one here as well. There we go. Click here and I'll click on select none. Just click above it. All right, click here and then click on finish. There we go. I'm just going to look very closely and make sure that we don't have any bar that we've missed. So in this case, everything looks fine, and I believe we are good to go. We're going to use a special detailing technique for this video, where we have the bottom reinforcement and U-bars on one view and the top reinforcements and U-bars on another view. So the U-bars will show in both views, but the top and bottom would be in different views. The reason why we've decided to take this approach is that we might have a lot of bars and they can clash with each other. There's also another way where you can group them, but I always advise that you can do it very detailed, and then you can also read it on site. So I'm going to come over here to visibility graphics. I'll click on edit, and now we need our U-bars here. So I'll come to filters and I'll come here and turn on my U-bars. I'll go ahead and turn off B1 and B2. I'll click on apply. I'll click OK, and I'll make a selection over all the rebars like this. Click on filter, click on check none, and I'll select structural rebar, click on apply and OK. We'll go ahead and save this here. That's going to be a selection rule. I'll set it here as U-bars. Select, there we go, and I'll click OK. Once that's done, I can come back here and I can turn on my B1 and B2 bars and then click OK. Now I'm going to come back here and click on load and then select the U-bars, click OK, and I'll set this here to show middle bar insets. Now we need to look very closely and make sure that these U-bars are not clashing with the other existing bars. So I'm just going to zoom in closely. Let's start with the bars in this direction. So the U-bars are only at the edges, so we're in lock. So I'll select this, and then this one is too close. Hold on the control key, select this 3 here. I'll click on this button, select none, and I'll come here. Let me select at this edge here. So I'll select one here as well. Select this one as well, and then I'll click here on finish. There we go. Let's come down here and check in this direction, so we can see this is too close to the existing bars. I'll select these 3 sets, select none, and I'll click here, and I'll click here, and I'll click here, and then click on finish. Great. And here we can see this one is a bit too close as well, so I can just space it here. That's fine. All right, good. So now let's look at it in the other direction. So here we can see this one. I'll hold down the control key, select this 2, click here, and I'll remove this one, click here, and click on finish. So select this one. So this one here is fine. I'll click on this. There we go. And here, select this one here. All right, there we go. All right, good. So you can see now that they are spaced well. Now let's go ahead and rename this view. So I'm just going to scroll down here and I'll change it here to level 2. I'll call this here BOT. Oops. Let's click inside here. Call this here BOT Rebar. There we go. And I'll right click on this. I'll come here and duplicate, and I'll duplicate with detailing. and I'll rename this here to top, T-O-P. And I'll remove this here, apply, there we go. And you can see here that the rebars are not visible. So what I'll do is I'll just come back here and I'll click on visibility graphics. I'll come to filters. First of all, I'll check all the rebars here, click on apply and okay. So I'll select one, right click, select all instances visible in view, or rather let's make a selection because some of them might not be selected. So I'll click on filter, check none, structural rebar. Remember we have a total of 200 in sets, click OK. And I'll scroll down here for view visibility state, turn on view unobscured, click OK. We can see all the bars, and I'll quickly change this all to show as all rebar in sets again. All right, good. So in this view, we're only focusing on the top bars. So I'm just going to come back here, view visibility graphics overrides, click on filters, and I'll go ahead and turn off the visibility for B1 and B2. Let me turn off the visibility for T1, T2 and U-bar. I'll click on apply and OK. And I'm just going to create a selection set. First of all, I'll make a selection like this, filter, check none, structural rebar. So we should have 46. Click on apply and OK. I'll come here and click on save, and I'll call this here T1. Select, there we go, click OK. Good. So once I've done that, I'll just go ahead and set it to show middle bar in sets. All right, good. Now we're going to set the presentation. So the ones that are too close to each other, we can go ahead and space them apart. So here, I'll hold down the control key, I'll select these bars, click here, select none. I'll click on this ones here, there we go. And this one here as well, and I'll click on finish. That's fine. All right, so here in this direction, in this direction as well, this ones seem to be fine, no problems here, or rather they are too close to the grid line, so I'll select them. Actually, I'll select this ones here as well, click here, select none, and I want to space them out a bit, just like this. One here, and one here, and click on finish. Oh, good. So here in this direction, these ones are a bit too close, so I'll select them like this. I'll select none, then I'll select them in this direction. There we go. All right, good. All right, so I think these ones in this direction are fine. Let's go ahead and select in the other direction. So here, this one is looking good. Okay, these ones also are also fine as well, no issues. These ones are too close to the grid line, so I'll select them, and I'll just use the opportunity to select these ones as well along this column strip. Click here, select none, and I'll click here, and click here, and I'll click here. There we go. I'll click here, and click here, click on finish. All right, good. So looking closely, I don't think we have any other clashing bars, and this is perfect. Now let's do the same thing as well for T2. So back here, click on edit, and I'm just going to come over here to filters, and I'll go ahead and turn on my T2. I'll go ahead and turn this T1 off, click on apply and OK. And I'll make a selection over everything here, click on filter, then just go ahead and check for your structural rebar and make sure that you have only T2 bars. I'll come here and click on save, and I'll call this here T2. Select, there we go, and then click OK. There we go. And then I'll just come back here and I'll turn on the filter for T1. I'll click on apply and OK. And I'll come here, click on load, and then I'll select T2, click OK. And I'm going to change this here to show as middle rebar in sets. Good. So now we have to make sure that these bars are not clashing with each other. So if you look very closely, you can see these ones here are. So I'll go to select it. I'll select these ones in this direction. This here is clashing with the column, and that detail may be hard to see. So I'll select this. I have 5 currently, and click on this button here. I'll click here to select none, and I'll start over here with this one. So I'll place one here. This I'll place here. This I'll place here. This I'll place here. Also, I forgot to select one here. You can see it's too close. We'll get to that shortly. Good. And I'll select this one here and this one. Click here, and I'll come and place this one in this direction. So I always believe that details should be done properly. This really avoids a lot of headache that you would get later on during the construction phase. All right, good. So that's been done here. Let's move downwards. I can see this one's here are a bit too close, so I'm just going to select this one and this one. This here is fine. I'll just click on this, select none, place one here, and I would place one, let's see, here as well. Click on finish. There we go. That's fine. Move downwards, and I can space this one here. So I'll hold on the control key, select this, and I might want to space this one as well. There we go. Select none, place one here. There we go. All right, it's also important as well. So, when people look at your details, they can always tell that, a professional has worked on it. It really removes a lot of doubts that you might have from the people that are going to be handling the construction. So I'll place one here, I'll place one here, and I'll click on finish. There we go. That's fine. And I'm moving downwards in this direction. So I'll select this one here, this, and let's go ahead and set the presentation for those. So select none, place one here, place one here, click on finish. And over here, this one's a bit too close for my comforts. Select this, click here, select none, and I'll select this bar here, click here, and click on finish. There we go. All right, it's good. So we have to be careful about these ones as well, but let's finish these ones in this direction. All right, so here these ones here seem to be fine, and we just need to focus on these ones like this. So just how we did it at the top. So I'll select this one, I'll select this, select this, select this, and this. So I have 5. Change the presentation, select none, I'll place one here, I'll place one here, and I'll place one here. Let's place one in this direction, and I'll place one in this direction as well. Click on finish, and now you can see the presentation is much better. All right, so I'm going to start in this direction here, and I'll select these bars in the middle. There we go. Click here, select none, and I'll place it above here. That's fine. So one here, and one here. All right, good. Let's go ahead and do the same thing here. So we can see these bars are in the middle. You have to look very closely sometimes so you don't miss them. So I'll select this one's here as well, and click here, select none. I'll place one here, here, and here. Click on finish. There we go. All right, good. So I'm just going to do the same thing as well here. Select this bar, just like this. Select none. Place one here, here, and here. Click on finish. Good. The same thing as well. Select this one here, here, here. Select none. Place one here, place one here, and we'll place one here as well. All right, click on finish. There we go. And we're almost done. So select these bars in this direction. One here, and one here. I do always find this very relaxing to do, especially when it's all organized. And here, just looking very closely, if you want to make sure we haven't missed any bar or detail. All right. Okay, good. So once you're done with your presentation, you can go ahead and start detailing. Oh, so keep in mind, we need to have our U-bars here as well. So we already have it in the bottom. We can have it in both bottom and top views here. So it could always be referenced with their bar marks, so they're not placing duplicate bars. So I'll just come here to visibility graphics overrides and click on filters, and I can go ahead and turn on U-bar. You can also decide to leave it on one of the views as well. So in this case here, I'm just going to come here and click on load. I'll click select U-bars, click OK, and then I'll set it here to show me the bars and sets. And just like we did earlier, I'll just make sure that it doesn't clash with any. So I'll go ahead and select these bars here and select none. So here, let me just go ahead and select this in this direction. This one is fine. There we go. So just going to look very closely. So this here is fine. This one is a bit too close. And select this here. There we go. Great. And I'm going to select this one here. Let me select none. Click on finish. Select this one here as well. Click on finish. There we go. and I'll select this ones here. Let's select this one here. There we go. Select none. Finish, that's fine. All right, good. So we can see that we have a very proper presentation for both top and bottom bars. Now let's go ahead and detail. We're going to come here to the Annotate tab and we're going to click here on Multi-Rebar. I'm going to click and make sure it's set here to Structural Rebar. I'll click on Edit Type and I'm going to change this tag family. I'll set it here to be this quantity type spacing and number, one line. And you can see the dimension style is set here to MRA field dots 2mm area. So I'm just going to click OK, and I'll quickly come over here back to the Annotate tab and click on Aligned Dimension. I'll come here and search here for the MRA field dots 2mm area. I'll click on Edit Type and I'm going to make some changes. Firstly, here for the interior tick mark display, I'm going to change it here from dynamic. I'll set it to always show. And the interior tick mark, I'm going to switch this here to be field dots 2mm. There we go. And the tick mark here, I'm going to change from field dots. I'll change it to, let's use this arrow field 20 degrees. I'll click on the color and I want to change this here to blue. I'll click OK, apply and OK. Now I'll come back here to the Annotate tab and click on Multi-Rebar. Make sure it's also set back to the Structural Rebar. And for the presentation, I'll make sure it's set as peak position and leader line. Also set the orientation to horizontal. I'll zoom in here and I'm going to select this reinforcement set. So I'll click on it and you can see how the presentation looks like. Just move it away and just place it somewhere around here. Click once, click again, and then click to place it finally. Once you're done, just go ahead and press escape. Now we're going to go ahead and add the rebar layer here to this structural rebar tag. So I'll move close to it and press the tab key once, then click to select it, and I'll click on Edit Family. Alright, good. So I'm going to come over here and switch here the preview visibility rather to on, and I'll come here and change this type here to the quantity type spacing and number for one line and click OK. I'll click and then just drag the extent out a bit. And what we're going to do is while it's selected, I'll click on Edit Label and we want to add one more layer here. So rather one more label parameter. I'll come here and click on this button here for new parameter, and it's going to be a shared parameter, one we created earlier on. If I click on select, I'll select the rebar layer, click OK, and make sure it's like that. I'll click OK. Now I'm just going to come here, select the rebar layer and include it. I'm going to go ahead and put here a dash and a space. If I click on apply, we can see the preview. If I click OK, I'll just go ahead and drag it out so we can see how it will look. Now I'll come back here to edit type and I'm going to change this color here. Let's change it here to blue. Alright, and likewise as well, I'm going to change the text size here to 2. Click on apply and I'll rename it for that consistency to mm. There we go. And I'll click OK. Now I'll come and click on load into projects and close. I'm not going to save any changes now, so I'll click on no and I'll overwrite. And just like that, you can now see here that it also assigns the rebar layer to it. If I click on the bar as well, you can see this is a B2 bar. Alright, good. So let's look at the actual width. So I'll go ahead and turn off the thin line so we can see how it looks. Now I'm going to move close here, then press the tab key to select the dimension. And I'm going to come here to edit type. We're going to go ahead and increase the weight. I'm going to change it here from the line weight of 2. Let me change it to 3. Click on apply. And you can see it's much better. Alright, good. I'll click OK. Now we also want to change the color of the line as well. To do this, we need to come over here to the Manage tab, click on Object Styles, come to Annotation Objects, and I'm going to search here for rebar tags. There we go. I'll click here and I'll change the color to this blue. Click OK. And we can also change the thickness of the line. So we can click here. Let me change it here to 2. You can see how it appears. Alright, good. So now we have our style for our rebar or multi-rebar tag. Let's go ahead and detail the whole slab. Now, before you place your reinforcement tags, you always want to make sure you're working with a scale that is suitable. So I'm going to switch this here back to 1 to 100. You can see this is much visible. I'm just going to go ahead and adjust the position of some of my dimensions so they appear better. There we go. And now I'm just going to select this, click on select tag, and I'll just drag it out a bit. Alright, good. Now let's go ahead and tag. I'll come back to the Annotate tab and click on Multi-Rebar. And I always like to tag the in this direction here towards the sides. So in this case, if this is in this direction, I tag it to this side. So I'll come here, make sure peak position on the line is turned on. Click here, click, click, and then place. The same way as well for this. Click here, click, click, and place. There we go. So let's continue. We click here, click. All right. Just make sure that it is spaced adequately. There we go. And we'll try this one as well. Click. Let's place it here. You want to make sure that they are not clashing. All right, good. So once we've satisfied this side, we can go ahead and place the others in this direction. So for instance, here we can see this one here. So oops, not this. I'll press escape. This one, click here. Let's click, click, and place in this direction. There we go. Come here, select this one here, and click, click, place in this direction. Click on this here, click. Let me click here, place in this direction. Let's come select this one here, click, and always try to make room for the ones that are to come. All right, good. So we might as well also do the same thing as well for this in this direction. We click here. We're going to click, click, and place one in this direction. And before we continue, I want to reduce the size of this. So I'll press escape, move closer to the dimension, press the tab key, and oops, no, press the tab key. Or rather, let's select this one here, press the tab key, select the dimension, click on edit type, and I would reduce this here from 2.4. Let's use 1.5, and let's use here 1.5 as well. I'll click on apply and OK, and here you can see it reduces the size. So let me just be sure. So I'll press tab key, select again, edit type. Okay, so this is set here to 2, so set to 1.5. There we go. Apply and OK, and you can see it reduces the size. All right, good. So let's go ahead and tag the remaining in that direction. So just type here, or rather click on the Multi-Rebar. Then here you see, notice that there may not be a lot of space, so you just have to be careful. And here I'm just going to go ahead and place one here, place one here. Now if you have two tags that are clashing, you can select the Multi-Rebar tag, click on select tag, and you can use your arrow keys to nudge it up. All right, good. Let's continue. Now here I want to tag this bar, so I'll come back here and click on Multi-Rebar, and you see here that even though I click and click, I can't really find a lot of space here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and switch this here to vertical. All right, so I'm just going to come closer to this point, click, then move up, and then click in this direction. So I'll do that the same thing, rather do the same thing as well for bars that, you know, I can't find a lot of space. First of all, let me change this here back here to horizontal. So I'll go to click here. I'll click here, click again, and then place in this direction. You notice that this one's here, you know, there isn't a lot of space. So what I can do is I can just switch this here to vertical. I'll click, then I'll click, click, and then place one in this direction. All right, good. So let's do the same thing as well for the others that we can't, you know, find lots of space for. So I'll click here, click, click, move upwards. There we go. The same thing as well for this one here. Click, 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 and then move upwards. There we go. All right, good. So here I'll just go ahead and press escape, and I'll just click on the grid lines, just drag the extent up a bit to make room for my tags. Likewise as well, I want to align this, so I'll select this, click on select tag, and then just align them together. Just want it to be on the same line. There we go. All right, good. So let's go ahead and tag for the other bars along this direction. So I'll just come back here, click on Multi-Rebar, and let's go ahead and start with this straight bar here. So click, I'll go ahead and click, then here I'll switch this here back here to horizontal, then come click and click again. There we go. So I'll place for this, click, then move outwards, click here. There we go. The same thing as well for this, click, now move, click, and I'll click and place this one here. Now this is a bit too close, so I can select this, select the tag, use my arrow key to nudge it up a bit. All right, good. So I'll do that again here. Then in this case, I'll just go ahead and tag it to this side. So I'll click here, then just place this here, click, click, and align to this side. The same thing here as well, click, I'll click, and go ahead and align it here. The same thing here as well, click, click, and I'll align it to this side. All right, good. So we'll do the same thing as well, going all the way in this direction. So I'll select this U-bar here, click, place here. All right, so doing this a lot would obviously improve your workflow. So it takes quite some practice, but you get used to it. So I'm also clicking here. I'll click and place one here, click, and place one here as well. Let me just place it here. There we go. And one more here. We can see this is a long span, so want to make sure that it's not clashing with any other annotation. All right, so I'll click and place one in this direction. All right, good. So let's continue. All right, so I'll come here, click, place this here, then place one here as well. There we go. You want to be sure you don't tag the same rebar twice, so I'm always careful about that as well. So here, all right, good. So one here as well. You want to make sure you don't tag where we have hatch patterns as well. That can be very hard to read. Then place one more here and place one here. All right, good. So let's go ahead and tag in this direction. So I'll go ahead and tag this. There we go. And now you begin to realize why we didn't have both bottom and top reinforcement on the same page, because you'd begin to have quite a lot of clashes. All right, so there'll be a lot of space for the tags. All right, so place one here. There we go. Place one here as well. So in this case, we can try to find room in this direction. Let's try and see. Okay, so we can place one here. We can squeeze one more here. Great. And the others, we can just go ahead and tag it to the side. So like this. So here, I'm just going to press escape. I don't want to be too close to this, so I'll move it away here. All right, so place one here. And here as well, place one, click, and place. So we promised a full project walkthrough, so just want to do everything here. All right, good. So let's go ahead and tag the remaining here. All right, just want to continue here, so I'll just click, I'll come click, and let me move up a bit, click and place in this direction. I'll do the same thing here, click, and let me click somewhere around here and place one. So we see very shortly that we don't have quite a lot of room here going forward. So for this one here, I might have to switch to the other direction. So I'll switch here to vertical. So I'll click here. I'll go ahead and click maybe around here. Then I just want to move in this direction. Just come click here, click, and then move away and click again. All right, good. So in this case here, click here, move downwards, click, and click. All right. So let's do the same thing here. We'll move in this direction, click, and click again. For the remaining two, I can just go ahead and tag them to the side. So I can click on this, click, and let me just move this up a bit, click, and place in this direction. For this, click here, then click again, and then place in this direction. All right, good. So once you're done, just press escape. And you might think we're done, but we've just tagged the ones in this direction. So those are the ones in this direction. We have to tag in the opposite direction as well. So that's either going up or down. Now let's go ahead and tag in the other direction. So I'll just come back and click on multi-rebar, and this time we'll switch it here to vertical. All right, so we'll start from here. We'll go ahead and click on this, click, and move upward in this direction. So I always like it to be aligned. I'll click here, click, and place one in this direction. There we go. So the same thing here. And I want to make room as well for the ones to come. So you have to be very, very cautious with how you place your reinforcement tags. So I'll place one here. And let me just try to place it at the side. There we go. And we have one more in this direction. So I'll click, and place in this direction. All right, good. So we've kind of missed one here. So click here. It becomes a pattern. You begin to realize the ones that you haven't selected. All right, good. So let's go ahead and move towards this direction. So in this case here, you may notice that if you try to select this one, there may be, too little space. So just the ones on the corners, you can just afford to switch them here to horizontal. So here, I'll just come and click, and place in this direction instead. And then I'll switch it here back to vertical so I can place these ones. All right, good. So let's continue for this. So I'll come click here and move upwards, click, and place one here. There we go. do the same thing here. We'll click and just go ahead and find some room. There we go. So this is a bit too close, so I'll select this, select tag, and let me nudge it here, somewhere around here is fine. All right, good. So multi-rebar again, then just go ahead and select this. So we've missed this one in the middle, so I'll click here, I'll click and then move upwards, place this. We've missed this one here as well. We've also missed this, so I'll click, I'll come here and place in this direction. Do the same thing here, click, and place in this direction. There we go. I'll move to this direction here, click here, click and place in this direction. Same thing here as well, click here, click here and place in this direction. All right, good. So let's go ahead and do the same thing as well for the ones on the sides. So we just want to make sure that everything here has been selected. Click here, and we just have to find a way to place it. Okay, good. So we found room for this. We need to find room as well for this as well. So just going to move downwards, click here, and here we found some room. So I'm just going to go ahead and click and place in this direction. All right, good. So the same thing here. We'll click, and just move towards the side, click and place in this direction. One more here. We're going to go ahead and click and just going to find some room, click here, and we place one in this direction. And we have one more here. We'll click, and just move away, trying to find some space. So click here and place in this direction. So don't worry about this. This is a reference plane, so we can always remove that later on. All right, good. So let's go ahead and do the same thing going downwards. All right, so just come back here, multi-rebar. So now we're just going to go ahead and start. Let's start with this ones here at the bottom. So here I'll click on this, and here we still have some room on the side. So in this case, I'll switch it here to horizontal, sorry, to vertical rather. So we'll go down in this case here. So click, and I'll click and move downwards and then align it in this direction. All right, good. So the others are also going vertical as well. So we're just going to start here, this one here, click here, click, and place one here. There we go. So this U-bar as well, we don't want to miss it. So we click, then click and click. Then we see here that there's another U-bar here as well. So we click, or click and align this one here. There we go. And let's go ahead and add for this ones here. Click here, place one here. And we have this one as well. Click and click, drop one here. There we go. So the same thing as well for this. So we click, move to the side, click here, and we have one here. So just going to, let's click here, and I'll click here, and I'll place this one in this direction. All right, good. So we have a U-bar here as well. So I'll click here and click, move it down and place in this direction. And like you always know, we don't want this to be too close, so I'll press escape, select this, select tag, and I'll go ahead and nudge it to the side. Now I know there's a U-bar here, there should be a U-bar here, and I don't remember tagging this, so I'll just come back here again, tag this. So like I said, it's all a pattern. You would always remember what you haven't tagged as you're doing it. So this is too close for my comfort, so I'll select this here, select tag, then nudge it up a bit. All right, good. Okay, let's go ahead and continue. By the way, if you want to check the bars that you haven't tagged, what you can do is you can select one of the multi-rebar tags, right click, select all instances visible in view, and then click here on select tag. Oh, sorry, not click here on select tag, rather select it again, right click, select all instances visible in view, and then you select host rather. So when you select host, you'll be able to see the reinforcement that are yet to be tagged. So here I can see the ones that I have missed, so I can go ahead and tag them. So first of all, let's deal with these ones at the top. So this should have been tagged already. So let's come back here. I've noticed this one here, so we go ahead and tag this. All right, so click, and I'll switch this here to horizontal, and then just move close here, click, and place in this direction. There we go. The same thing here as well. So click here, then click, then I want to move closer to this point, click here, and then place in this direction. There we go. And I noticed this one as well was missed, so here I can tag up since I have some space. So I'll switch here to vertical, click here, click, and place in this direction. Press escape. Alright, good. So let's go ahead and tag the remaining along this area. So let's go ahead and tag. I'll come back here and click on multi-rebar. Let's just go ahead and save. In this kind of thing, you don't want to lose the progress. So just going to look over here on the side, and I'm going to tag this ones here. So just going to come here, switch this here back to horizontal, click, and place one in this direction. And I'm also going to locate these bars on the side here as well. So I'll come here, click and click again, place in this direction. And I have to tag this one here as well. And let's go, and we can either tag to the side or the bottom actually. So in this case, this one, let's go ahead and tag it to the bottom. So I'll change it to vertical, click here, and I'll move in this direction, click and place in this direction. There we go. And then for this last bar, I'm just going to switch here back to vertical, or horizontal rather. And oops, so we've already tagged it, so press escape. It was this I meant to click. So click here, and here I'm just trying to find the perfect space. So click again, and then move to this direction. Right, good. So now we can focus on the ones here. So I'm just going to switch this here back to vertical, and just going to look very closely at the ones that I haven't tagged yet. So in this case, these are these bars here. So I'll click here, click, and just going to find room, click, and place one here. There we go. And this one as well hasn't been tagged, so going to go ahead and place one here, and just move down, click here again. There we go. Look very closely. This one here as well, click and move downwards. This as well, making sure that your details are not clashing with each other. So you can see this is quite hard to find the perfect position, but we'll make room. So we come here, I'll click, and I'll place one in this direction. There we go. Great. And let's go ahead and check in this direction. So we have one here. Click here and just place it here. Move downwards. Let's see if we have room here. There we go. Place here. There we go. Press escape. Now you can see here that this is a bit too close to this one here. So if I select it, I'll click on select tag, then nudge it to the side. Also make sure as well that it's not clashing with any existing at the top. All right, good. So let's go ahead and continue. We're going to look very closely. We can see these ones have not been tagged. So multi-rebar again, click here, then just move downwards, click, and I'll place one here. There we go. And just going to look very closely. We haven't tagged this, so click here, click, and there's lots of room here, so place one here. And I was looking at this and I felt it's a bit too close, so select tag, nudge it to the side a bit. All right, good. So I haven't tagged some bars here. I can't see them clearly, so I'll click on multi-rebar, click here, and I'll click and nudge this down a bit. There we go. Likewise as well, click here, and click and place this one here. There we go. This hasn't been tagged as well, so just nudge it up a bit. There we go. And place one here. All right, good. And likewise as well, this one hasn't been tagged, so I'm just going to click here, click, and nudge this down. All right, good. So once I'm done, press escape. Oops. So I see this sneaky one over here, so just going to click here, and likewise as well, I'm trying to find the room to place it. It's a bit hard, but let me just go ahead and place it first. I can always adjust one that's already there. So this is the tag here. It's too close to the dots, so I'm going to find a way. So I'll select this, nudge this here to the side a bit. There we go. I'll select this, select tag, nudge it a bit, select this, select tag, and then nudge it to the right a bit. All right, good. So you look at it closely, it seems like we've tagged everything. So we're going to check. So we're going to go ahead and check. So I'll select one, right click, I'll click on select all instances visible in view, and I'll click here on select host. So if we look closely, we can see here that we're almost done. We haven't tagged this, and this. So 5 sets actually. So here I'll just come back and click on multi-rebar, select this one here, and I'll click, and I'll move downwards, and I'm trying to find the perfect space to place it. So I'll click here, press escape. So I can select this one here, and I can nudge it to the side. So I don't need to click on select tag since they are in the same direction, both the dimension and the tag. All right, good. So likewise as well, I have missed this one here. So I'll click on multi-rebar, switch this here to horizontal to place this one on the side. So I'll click here, click again, and then click and place in this direction. All right, good. Likewise as well, I haven't tagged this, so I'll switch this here back to vertical. Click here, we're going to find the room. So if you click here, it seems like there's no room here, but like I said, it's all about space management. So I'll come click here and then place this, press escape, select this. I'll click here on select tag, and then I'll just nudge this to the side a bit. Let me nudge it here like this. There we go. Then select this one here, and here, oops, so this one here, it's already touching the limit of the space here. So rather, let me come back here and select this, select tag, and let's try to nudge it here to the left a bit here. So here, this is already, taking a lot of space. So this, we can afford to move it to the side. So I'll select the tag, I'll nudge it to the side here, select this, nudge it here to the side, and just like that, you can see how we can utilize the space better. All right, good. So we have 3 more sets. So if I click on Rebar, I'll come and click here and just try to find a good position to target. So let me just place it here, click and move downwards. There we go. And I'll press escape. So for this, I just want to nudge this up a bit here. There we go. And I'll click on select tag, and then I'll nudge the actual tag down a bit. And I seem to have missed one here, and good, I see this space here, and that's very, very nice. So I'll switch this here to horizontal, click here, and I'll move downwards again, click, and place in this direction. Press escape. All right, good. Now it seems I only have missed one. If you want to always check, it's the same procedure. Select one, select all instances, visible in view, and then select host. So we see here that we are almost done. So this little one here, we're just going to target, and if I don't find the room downwards here, I can just click on Rebar and I can target to the side. See, we have lots of room on the side. So not too much, but still enough. So I'll click here, and I'll place in this direction. Once I'm done, I'll press escape. Now, once you are done, you want to make sure that all your tags here are not clashing with any of the bars. So we can see this one in the process of trying to make room. You can see it's clashing with the bar. So instead of just trying to find a way around, you can as well also select the bar sets, then click here on the presentation, and you can just go ahead and change it to be another bar to show in sets. So there's always a way to manage your presentation. All right, good. Isn't this lovely? We're done with tagging the reinforcements for the bottom bars. Alright, I've gone ahead and detailed the top rebar as well, and it's basically the same procedure as we did for the bottom rebar. Alright, great. Let's do one more special step. Let's go ahead and place these views on sheets. To do that, I'm going to come over here to the Insert tab. I'm going to come and click here on Load Family, and I'm just going to locate this folder under my installed contents library. I'll click here on Libraries, select my language, select my contents library, that is the UK. I'll scroll down, and then I'll open up title blocks. I'll go ahead and select this title blocks A2 metric. You can also select any title block size of your choice. I'll click on open, and I'm just going to come here to the view tab. I'm going to click on sheets, and I'm going to select this A2 title block. So I'll click OK. Alright, good. Now I'm going to go ahead and place this view on the sheets. Before I do that, I'm going to come here to the level 2 bottom rebar, scroll here, and then turn on the crop view and crop region visible. I'll click on apply, and I'm just going to adjust the view region to around this area, just like this. There we go, up onto this point. All right, that's great. Good. Now once you're done, just come back here into the sheets, and then just go ahead and click and drag to place the view on the sheets. All right, good. So you can see it fits perfectly on the A2 sheet. If I don't want this title over here, I can just go ahead and just change this here to no title. There we go. And I can go ahead and place the title here. So this here is going to be my, let's go ahead and call this here suspended floor X, or rather bottom rebar. There we go. All right, good. So we can as well do the same thing as well for the others. But I'll go ahead and select this, scroll down, turn off the crop region visible, click on apply. So it looks perfect on the sheet. So to create another sheet, I'll just come back here and click on sheets, select this, click OK. There we go. Then go ahead and open up this view. That's this. Then just apply the same settings as well. All right, good. Just go ahead and adjust it up to this point. There we go. there I'll just go ahead and adjust like this. Great. Then turn off the crop region visible. Then I'll come back here into the sheets, then click and drag and place it on the sheet. I'll go ahead and change this here to no title, and I'll just go ahead and click and drag the viewports to center it where I want on the sheet. There we go. And I'll come here to where we have the sheets, and you can see the names of the sheets as well as the views that are on each of the sheets. I'll come and select this sheet here, and I can go ahead and click here again to rename it. I'll rename it here. That's suspended floor top rebar. Alright, good. So if you go ahead and click OK, you can see it's also renamed on these sheets. Now, if you know how we do things on this channel, you know perfection is something that we don't play with. So I'm just going to make sure that both views are aligned on the sheet at the exact same place. So to do that, I'll come back here to the view tab, and I'm going to click here on guide grid. I'll just go ahead and create a new one, and you can see it has been placed on these sheets. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to align this particular viewport to this guide grid. So I'll select this viewport, make sure it's the viewport selected, and I'll click here on move. Make sure this joint is turned off, and I'm just going to go ahead and align it to this line here. There we go. And I want to align this D here to this line, so I'll go ahead and click on move and align it to this as well. There we go. All right, I'll go ahead and hold on the control key, select the guide grid as well. So select it, so we have two common elements selected, and I'll go ahead and nudge it up a bit. All right, good. Now I'll come back here to the sheet without anything being selected, and I'll go ahead and turn off the guide grid. Click on apply. There we go. Now the reason why we've done that is that we want a guide to also place it on the sheet. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come here to this view, then turn on the guide grid as well. Click on apply, and I'm just going to align it as well. So I'll select the viewports, click on move, and it has to be in the exact same position. So I'll click, move it in this direction, then I'll move this one downwards as well. Click and move it like this. There we go. And now I'll just come back here and turn off the guide grid. Click on apply, and if I switch between the two views, you see that they are aligned. So let me just double click on my middle scroll button to zoom to fit. So if I switch between the two views, you can see they are on the exact same position. All right, good. And we've come to the end of our flat slab detailing video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe. Let us know which video you'd like to see next in the comments, share with a friend, and we'll catch you in the next one.